USA, 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 USA. Even though we lost. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just Jake Reviews, where I review albums, movies, and sports games. And today, we're doing some sports again, okay? You guys seem to actually enjoy the Super Bowl video, so I figured, let's talk about the NHL Four Nations Face-Off. So we're going to do that, because it just ended yesterday. So the Four Nations Face-Off was Team Canada, Team USA, Team Sweden, and Team Finland facing off with taking the best NHL players from each country to represent the country and play a face-off between all four countries. If you guys are familiar with that, then that's what it is. And last night, the USA and Canada game to win the national championship happened last night, and Canada won, which we'll get into that. But I figured we can go over a recap of every single game. I didn't watch every single game, so I'm strictly going off what I have on my computer next to me, the box score, who scored. And yeah, I feel like that could be today's video because, you know, sports are kind of dead right now. So I feel like the next sports video I'll make will be around March Madness. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, so let's get into it. So yeah, just a little update about this as well. There was 7 games played between 4 teams. Once again, throughout 1, 2, 3, like almost a week. And I mean, there's games different days, but almost a week. So now let's get into it. Starting off, we got the first game, Wednesday, February 12th. We got Canada versus Sweden. Now, I like both these teams. Once again, all 4 of these teams' rosters are going to be stacked. That's the entire point of it, okay? These teams are going to be good. I'm just going to read what the senior writer wrote at the very top. I'm not going to read the whole spiel because we'll be here for hours. He said, Mario Lemieux stole the show before the game when he received an ovation befitting a legend after being introduced to the crowd. Sidney Crosby had most of the 21,105 red-clad Canadian fans roaring throughout the 37-year-old dazzling yet again in a Canada jersey, and Mitch Marner sent them into the frigid Montreal night celebrating an overtime win. So yeah, this first game, Canada took down Sweden 4-3 in overtime. If I'm not mistaken, I think we only had 2 overtime games in the entire 7-game selection. Obviously this game and then the championship game. And the players who scored were actually pretty sick. We got Nathan MacKinnon starting off in the first period from Crosby and McDavid. Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid. That is sick how they're on a line together. Then we got Brad Marchand from Braden Point and Seth Jarvis, who I think Seth Jarvis is very underrated. So already up, Canada's up 2-0 already. Second period, we got some Jonas Brodin action. Jonas Brodin scoring for Sweden from Victor Hedman and Lucas Raymond. Not too bad. Mark Stone gets a goal from Crosby, his second assist of the night. Mark Stone, he's getting up there in age, but he still can play. Third period, Sweden needs something, and they do. Adrian Kempe from Erik Karlsson and Mattias Ekholm. Adrian Kempe, not a bad Kings player. And then Joel Eriksson Ek tying the game from Jesper Bratt and Lucas Raymond again. It's 3-3. Sweden had a solid chance to score here and win the game. But once again, in overtime, we got Mitch Marner from Crosby, who had 3 assists this game. Mitch Marner, great player. Some people say he might get overlooked by Matthews. Yes, Matthews is a better player on that team, but Mitch Marner still does a lot for Toronto. He still does a lot. But once again, not a bad start at all for the first game and Canada in general. But Sweden played hard. They played pretty hard. All right, wow. We got Thursday, the exactly next day, February 13th. USA plays their first game versus Finland. And man, they blow them out of the water. 6-1 USA. This is insane. I mean, it is a thing where, like, what do you expect? Like, USA obviously has a better roster, but don't look past Finland. Finland actually scored their first goal off the bat from Henri Jokiharju, who played for the Buffalo Sabres. Now he does not play for them anymore. But yeah, Jokiharju from Mikael Granlund and Oili Mata. 1-0. It's they got their first goal right away. That's pretty insane. Now let's see USA just go on a run here. Brady Tkachuk, to be exact, from Matthew Boldy and Zach Werenski. Brady Tkachuk, not Matthew. Yeah, tied the game. They are, you know, you need like an enforcer or 2 on each team. And I think Brady and Matthew play that role really well because no one else really wants to fight. Second period, we have Matthew Boldy from Brock Faber and Kyle Connor. I'm not going to lie. Those 3 players, I'm actually still shocked how they're still on the team because that is insane how they made it on the team because I barely know about Matthew Boldy or Brock Faber. I know he won Rookie of the Year, and Kyle Connor is not a bad Jets player. And then third period, we go on a run here. Third period, we have Matthew Tkachuk, power play goal from Zach Werenski and Jake Getzel. Jake Getzel from Austin Matthews and Jack Hughes. Brady Tkachuk again from Jack Eichel and Matthew Tkachuk. And then Tkachuk, his second goal of the game from Zach Werenski and Jack Eichel. So what I'm noticing from this game is that entire line, it's like Brady, Matthew, Eichel, and Werenski are they all did something. And there's a lot of penalties in this game. You gotta love, the brothers on the same team, Matthew and Brady, playing fantastic together. Yeah, USA on top. All right, Saturday, we take a break. Saturday, February 15th, we got 2 games. The first one, we got Finland versus Sweden, a game I actually did want to see because, USA is not even a part of it. Finland versus Sweden. Finland gets their revenge and wins finally. After getting destroyed by USA, they come back and they beat Sweden 4-3 in overtime. I was wrong. I thought there was 2 OT games. There's actually 3. And this scoring summary is pretty crazy. First period, Sweden with the scoring opened up by Mika Zibanejad, unassisted. I've always loved him. I think he's a great player for the Rangers, and he's actually pretty consistent. Anton Lundell, interesting for Finland, from Ilo Lustrianen and Patrick Laine, who I didn't even know Laine was playing. Mikko Rantanen, one of my favorite players in the league, from Patrick Laine again, and Sebastian Aho, power play goal. So we got 2-1 Finland. They're looking good. Second period, Rasmus Dahlin, Sabres defenseman, from Joel Eriksson Ek and Lucas Raymond. Another assist from him. He had 2 last game. So the game's tied 2-2. Then we got Erik Karlsson from William Nylander. I always thought Erik Karlsson was one of the best offensive defensemen. He is a defenseman who plays really good offense. And there hasn't really been a lot of players who have done that. So good for him. And then Alexander Barkov ties the game again from Capo Kakko and Oili Mata. And the game's tied 3-3. So this game is all over the place. No third period goal. And then overtime, who wins the game? Mikael Granlund from Mikola. I forget what that is. But Mikael Granlund, great player for the Wild. And yeah, Finland won a game, 4-3 in OT. So it's pretty solid. All right, now let's talk about the very first USA versus Canada game. Not the one last night, the first one. USA versus Canada, where USA won. We won 3-1. Very good game. If us winning this game, I think we clinched the championship game. So we're actually this game is the reason why we're in the championship game, which is kind of odd because Canada also made it too. So Canada's only goal was first Connor McDavid, of course. Who else but him would score? He's the best player in the league, hands down. From Drew Doughty and Jordan Bennington, the goalie. The goalie got an assist, which I love seeing that. Then off the bat, then we have Jake Getzel, second goal of the tournament, from Jack Eichel and Zach Werenski. Each have 3 and 4 assists. Once again, that line is stacked. Second period, Dylan Larkin from Matthew Boldy, second assist of the tournament. And third period ends the scoring with Jake Getzel, who is on fire with his 3rd goal. An empty netter from Dylan Larkin and Brock Faber. So everyone's doing their part pretty much on USA in the championship game. All right, now we got Monday, February 17th, the final 2 games before the championship. We got Canada versus Finland, another game not involving USA. Let's see how this game turned out. Canada won 5-3, so a lot of scoring in this game. I mean, they were just on a roll to begin with. God damn. So, first goal, first period, Connor McDavid. Makes sense, right? He's the GOAT, unassisted. You got to have him, right? 1-0, easy. Nathan McKinnon, also probably the second best player on that team, from Sam Reinhart and Brandon Hagel, I think. Each of their first assists, 2-0. Third goal, Braden Point, who I think is still so consistent to this day. He is amazing on Tampa Bay. I think he's probably top 15 best player in the league. Assisted from Travis Sanheim and Connor McDavid. Look at Sanheim getting a point. I'm proud of him. Second period, Nathan McKinnon goes off again for his second goal from Crosby and Sam Reinhart. It's 4-0 Canada. Canada's up 4-0, which is crazy. Then the third period starts, and I don't know what Canada was doing. I think they were sleeping a little bit. Finland opens up with scoring. Esa Lindell, the Dallas Stars defenseman, from Arturi Lehkonen, 4-1. Mikael Granlund, who got the OT winner last game, second goal of the tournament from Patrick Laine. Granlund again. He's like, I'll score again, from Alexander Barkov and Sebastian Aho. So yeah, Finland's like, oh my gosh, 4-3. Epic comeback? Could we? Nope. Crosby, empty net goal from Sam Reinhart. So Crosby finally gets a goal. So now it's 5-3. Canada wins the game. So Finland had us there. Finland, we were all shocked. They had us there for a second. Canada was sleeping a little bit. All right, Sweden versus USA. How's this game going to go out? Sweden won. Sweden won. Yep, 2-1. They needed this game. Sweden won 2-1. Not the most exciting game, but they got us pretty good. They did. Our only goal was the first goal. Chris Kreider, very old Rangers player, pretty consistent. I like him. From Zach Werenski and Jack Eichel. Those two guys are assist maniacs. No actual goals, but assist maniacs. Wow. Every single goal was in the first period. Every goal was the first period. Gustav Nyquist ties the game. Okay player. Assisted from Erik Karlsson and Victor Arvidsson. It's 1-1. 1904. 56 seconds left in the first period. Jesper Bratt from the Devils gets a goal, assisted from William Nylander. Yeah, no other goals. That was it. After the first period, the game was just boring. It was dry. But we lost the game, which sucks. Not a good look for our country. Come on, guys. What are we doing? All right, now we can talk about it. Let's talk about the final game. Literally last night. I figured if I make this video any other day, if I wait a day to make this video, it'll be old news. So that's why this video has to be filmed today. The day after the championship. Canada got us. Sorry. Yep. 3-2 in overtime. Canada got us pretty good, man. This obviously was the only game this is the only game I ever watched out of all 7 games. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on this. This was probably the most perfect hockey game I've ever watched, ever. Like in the history of me watching hockey. This was a perfect game to watch. I mean, every single part of the game was literally even. Like the shots were 27-33 USA. It was tied for multiple periods of time in the game. The face-offs were 50-50. Literally 50-50. 25 hits to 28 hits. 5 takeaways each. I mean, it's crazy. It honestly is crazy. So, Nathan MacKinnon opens up the game with a goal. Pretty solid goal. It was pretty solid. From Harley, whoever that is, and Sam Reinhart. MacKinnon, that's his 4th goal of the tournament. Really, really good. I was like, okay, Canada's pretty good. Brady Tkachuk gets a weird goal from, looks like an Austin Matthews. So he went for like a behind the net pass, which I believe, it's not confirmed, but in my opinion, I believe he lost the puck on his stick. So it was like an accidental pass. But Tkachuk barely hit it in. 1-1. Let's go. Second period, we got Jake Sanderson. Out of all people, he scored a goal. He did. From Austin Matthews and Zach Werenski, who had 6 assists. Jake Sanderson, probably one of the worst players on this Team USA. Honestly, God, this is like, really? Pretty good, though. And then Sam Bennett with a fantastic Mitch Marner pass. Sam Bennett just buries that and ties the game 2-2. Now, what makes this game one of the most perfect hockey games ever was the third period of no scoring and the little bit of overtime we got to see. The OT period that we got to see was actually insane. Jordan Bennington made some of the best saves I've ever seen. Like, he literally robbed Austin Matthews twice. I think one of our guys had hit the post. But Cale Makar and Mitch Marner gave it to Connor McDavid. And he was pretty wide open, too. I don't know what happened. I think it was just a bad read, and we had no idea where the puck was. But Connor McDavid absolutely slaying it and scoring in OT. So, yeah, good job, Canada. Hopefully, maybe next year, we can play you guys again and do this. I enjoyed this idea. This is a very, very fun idea. Because the All-Star game, yes, it is kind of boring. I actually enjoy this. USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. I enjoy that. And maybe it'll be a new country who comes on top next year. We'll see. I might actually watch the highlights of this. I might look back and watch the highlights on YouTube maybe later of all these games. Because I actually want to see how each team did and who scored who. But anyways, that's going to be my thoughts and recap of all the Four Nation games. 7 games for Four Nations face-off. Go USA. Still love you guys. But good job, Canada. You got us good. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. And make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. I reply to every comment that I want to, at least. And yeah, see you next time. Peace.